Good evening, ladies and gents. I am your host, Sands, and this is my co host, Chad. And we are here to introduce you to blank cover battles.
Woo!
How are you tonight, my brother?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm super stoked. Best way to spend my Saturday is being here right now.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, this has been a premier event that has been on the mouths of fans for the last couple of weeks, ever since the concept of blank cover battles. And we have gone to battle with some sponsors. Shout out to Stranger Comics in the
Shout out.
Stranger Universe. We've also had some amazing art and creation in terms of graphics and designs by the one and only Last Level Comics.
Woo!
Shout out to Matt. And also, we've had some guest celebrity artists who have stepped up to the plate to help us kick this season off and to judge on this awesome competition. So, Chad,
yes,
just in the spirit of this whole thing, what are your expectations? What do you want to see out of blank cover battles, my brother, as we introduce this new concept to the YouTube and IG community?
For me, I see a lot of artists that are doing wonderful things that just need a spotlight, an opportunity to be seen by a lot of people because it starts with them. I mean, we wouldn't have comic books if it wasn't for the artists themselves. I want to give them a platform to be able to feature their art, their passion, their love, and who knows, maybe they'll get picked up because that would be cool.
Who knows? Everyone had to start somewhere, right?
Yep.
And that's why we are doing our part to help out artists, but artists are actually helping us out. So it's artists actually helping artists in this community in which we learn and grow. Now, before we get started, let's take a moment to shout out this live studio audience. Who's out here? Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Who we got?
The first person in here that said hello, family, is the one and only Tate.
Tate.
What's up, Tate?
What up, Tate?
I made Tate salute you. We got Steven Spark in the house. What would a show be without the one and only, the legendary Creamer and Cash and Freeway B-Ray? That's the husband and wife duo from Alabama, locking it down with the comics. We got Brian in the chat. That is an awesome artist. Brian Silverback in the chat.
Brian, what?
Max is in the chat. Masked Marvel, Weapon X. So, guys, you already know what to do. Smash the like button.
Spread the word.
Tell a friend. We actually have some great giveaways later tonight as well. But tonight, the spotlight is going to be on the artist. And that is going to be the pure chaoticness that we say is 1 hour. 2 people enter, 1 artist leaves, right?
That's
You're
right.
in the Artist Battle Dome, and this is how we kick off the very first episode of Blank Cover Battles. Now, ladies and gents, Blank Cover Battles. Now, I spoke about our sponsor, but let me show you guys a little bit more.
Ten, 10%.
10% off, ladies and gents, from Stranger Comics. You know, Stranger Comics, Sebastian Jones, the whole crew over there with Niobe, the Untamed, everything in that Stranger universe. You're going to want to get it because what? Option News, HBO, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Penny and other greatness over at HBO working with Sebastian and they're developing projects. So take your 10%, run over to the Stranger Reserve, and we're going to get it started.
Let's get it.
All right, Chad. And with that, are you ready to introduce these artists who are going to be kicking it off?
I don't think they're ready. They're not ready. Yeah, they're ready.
I don't think they're ready either. Let's introduce these 2 artists. We're going to go ahead and do their intros. that doesn't get you ready, get your butts in your seat, grab your popcorn, because we're about to get it started.
Or grab a beer, or a drink,
yes,
or a soda, or some water, or some
what do we
snacks.
say? Wine and cheese and comics, please. You can make it sophisticated. Just want everybody to know we love you 3000. All right, what's up, Classic Visual? ME Comics is in the house.
Ooh.
We love this. Steven Spock already set it off. They said hashtag rigged. Make sure you guys are trending on that. Let's get it, ladies and gents. So that first artist, we saw his name out there. Let's bring out the one and only Tricky Trapster, ladies and
Damn, that logo is clean.
it is. What's up, Tricky, my brother?
Tricky.
What's up, everyone?
Welcome.
Happy for the invite. Happy I could be here. It's good to see all you guys in the chat. Welcome to the show. I'm pumped up too.
Wait.
Is pumped. Can we see that awesome smile, Tricky? What's going on?
No. But I actually just my only webcam is
facing down. Okay,
yeah.
we will give
they
you
see my ugly
that.
face every week anyway.
Hey, I'm gonna give the Tricky Trapster a shout out. Tricky Trapster is live.
Absolutely. So Tricky is one of the artists in our community that is also hosting auctions and just has a wealth of comic knowledge. And so combining his knowledge and art skills, he is bringing to the table just some top-notch art. So ladies and gents, welcome Tricky Trapster.
Yeah. Woo! Hey, Tricky, dude, I enjoy your chill vibes and drawing, dude. I can just sit there and watch you. Never mind. Moving on.
Hey, late night with Tricky gets spicy too, right?
Oh man, I guess.
Now, coming to face Tricky is the one and only Max Comics, ladies and gents. Whoa. Oh my God.
You forgot to add me.
No. We had to let that awesome intro rock out. It had the dubstep with it. It was like.
Yeah, Bob's World made that for me. He's got a couple slabs coming his way once we get them back from CBCS. So
shout out to Bob's World. Shout out to who's that behind you up on the wall? Who's your sponsor, Max? Who's your sponsor?
Card Shop Reality, hanging from the ceiling. He sponsors the roof over my head.
Yeah.
Card Shop Reality, salute. So this is Max Comics, ladies and gents. Let me do this. Cameraman, please highlight me really quickly. I am going to show some of these amazing pieces. This is Something is Eating the Cookies by Max herself, CBCS artist. You know her, you love her.
I actually got confirmed for CGC, and CBCS is the one giving me a hard time.
Look at that.
So I got a CGC artist account before CBCS, so they're winning my heart over slowly, bit by bit.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
And this is the one and only Tricky Trapster, one of his awesome prints. Look at the spider. Savage Spider Island goodness. I'm going to just say he's down here eating a cookie. Commissioned art, ladies and gents. This is what we're here to do. Now,
I'm still in awe over that little Max's thing, Max promo, dude. That thing was harsh.
It was
it was edgy. It was like,
now,
cut me.
Let's show them some of the work. We got some of their product. We're going to show them throughout this show what they've done, but we want to run through some of their artwork, and then we're going to get the battle started, ladies and gents. So we're going to highlight some Tricky Trapster and some Max art. It's coming to you. But right now, once again, if you haven't written down the code, Remember, it's cookies, capital COOKIES, to go to Stranger Reserves, and you will be able to get 10% off your Stranger Comics products. Get it now. And actually, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to some of their art throughout the show. We're going to give them a chance to go get set up. So, artists, you can turn off your cameras now, and we will be right back to you with the overhead view and ready to rock and roll.
This guy's a poet and you didn't know it.
There you go. Hey, listen, we're here to have some fun. I am Sands Group Collectible. This is my co-host, Harm's Way Chad, and we would be nothing without this amazing audience. So we appreciate you guys. Again, smash the like button and spread the news. Now, ladies and gents,
spreading the news. I was giving my inner Adrian on that one.
I love it. I love it.
So we can start drawing now, right?
No drawing yet.
Too late.
We got to give the theme.
Pump the brakes.
And we got to introduce our special guest. So we're going to get it's a 3-minute warning. So you guys got 3 minutes to get set up. Now, you guys may have seen some great art that has recently hit the shelves. Something from Nomaz, something from Heat Seekers. But if you've been following this artist, you've seen some amazing work that he's done. Let me introduce our celebrity judge for the night. He's in the chat, ladies and gents. The one, the only, Brian Silverback. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Oh, that's a banger.
Hey.
There he goes.
What's up, guys?
What is
How
up?
are you tonight, Brian?
I had no idea that I would spend my Saturday night judging art online. I mean, everybody says art is subjective, so I'm going to be really torn I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I think the whole hour while they're drawing these magnificent pieces, I'm going to be just saying, oh shit, who do I want to piss off?
And that's the beauty of it, man. We are here to have some fun. And I think we said this all as a collective. Everyone is a winner because what we're doing is we're creating a platform that will give artists a chance to highlight their work, but also to improve their skills. They can get some critiques from some of the artists who've made it in the game, such as yourself, Brian, and others that we'll bring on. And they can also now get that kind of mentorship where, hey, what was the one thing that kicked it off? And we will be getting to that with you, Brian. But let's take a moment and get this competition started. So what I'm going to do is I am here. If you can highlight me, Mr. Cameraman, I am going to be flipping this coin.
Flip it.
Snicked.
Now,
Snickety snow.
Max, you are heads. This is the Wolverine. Tricky, you are queen.
That seems so back-ass words.
I was looking for a
There
tail.
you go.
That is backwards, actually.
And that's
Yeah,
what
he
this
should be
show is
Wolverine.
about.
I was
So
looking for a
Max's
tail.
heads, Tricky, your tails, ready. Whoever wins gets to choose to be on Team Sands or Team Harmway. And we will be giving you our commission request. So here we go.
Good luck. Oh,
That is tails, ladies and gents.
there it is. That's the queen. Queen Tricky.
Tricky, who would you like to choose as your team to be a pawn?
I mean, I don't know. Like it all kind
I
of, you
choose
never
Team
know
Tricky.
what's going to be asked of you. So you want to pick the best. You want to pick the best vision that it's within your capabilities. But
I
wanna go
initially
ahead.
was going with Sans, but I feel like Chad would be more reasonable. So
Okay.
I choose Brian.
I'm gonna go with Sand.
Tricky is choosing Team
Ooh,
Sans.
Max is
yeah.
trying to win. Max is trying to win.
Uh-oh.
If you pick Brian as your coach, you might win.
Hmm
I love it.
You know what? I'm just going to be a co-host and let Brian take over now, and I'll just do commentary. I'm out.
There you go. Max, you are with Team Harmway. So
We got you.
here's your theme, ladies and gents. Tonight's show is based upon this. Something is killing the children.
Oh, that cover's a banger.
Yes, this is the number 5. As you can see, it highlights Erica Slaughter. It highlights the monsters. And this is a blank cover. This is what blank cover battles is about. So here's my commission request, and then we'll go to Harm's Way. The theme, however, is holiday,
Oh, shit.
Christmas.
Mhm.
So
Murdering Santa.
there you go. The theme is Halloween,
I got you,
Christmas.
Max.
So I want to see Tricky. My request is something is killing the children. Actually, it's something is killing the elves. I want to see the baby elves have dreamed up these monsters, and either Erica or one of the slaughterhouse people has come to save the elves. So we're doing a Christmas theme. That is my vision.
All right,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
to chat.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick Harm's Way now that
All right. Max,
Be good to me.
you asked for it. I'm giving it to you. Santa's killing the children.
Santa's killing the children?
Santa's killing the children. Santa's the monster.
Are the reindeer involved?
What was that?
Are the reindeer involved?
The reindeer shall be involved if you'd like.
Is Rudolph just viciously eating up the viscera of the slain children?
Damn right. Let's do
Slain
this.
bells ring?
Right, Rudolph is vicious, and Santa's killing the children.
Oh my gosh. So you guys have your marching orders. I want something is killing the elves, and he wants Santa is killing the children. Here we go, ladies and gents. 1 hour. Start the clock. We will be coming back to this clock here and there. But for now, we have the 2 artists kicking it off, ladies and gents. Now, Brian, welcome to the show.
What's going on?
What is your thoughts on these themes?
All right. So I don't like this. Like that's a lot of pressure, because what we're asking these artists to do is we're asking these artists to not only come up with an intriguing vision, and they have to complete it in 1 hour and stay within the specifications that each one of the coaches has given them. Like, to me, like, fuck that. Like, I just
Brian, you just said it. Look at the pressure. This is not the regular art show. This is blank cover battles, ladies and gents, and we are off and running. Look at the art that is being highlighted.
I'm gonna need Tricky to get his stuff in focus or something.
It's coming.
Okay. There it is. All right. So I'll just pretend like I'm already drunk when I'm looking at Tricky's.
That's what we all do.
Yeah, it's not following the trace yet. Maybe when he gets to laying down the ink work, it'll come through a lot more. So let me tell, like, I don't want to influence anybody, but I wanted to throw something in there. Like can I throw my curveball in there?
Yes. You're giving them more time than we anticipated. You're giving them.
Well, no. I don't want them to get too far in their design process before they try to fit this oddball in. Like right now, both of these artists have an idea of what they're doing. They're both sketching away, so they have an idea. I'm not sure we can see exactly what Max is doing. We can kind of see like the back of her hand. So she's trying to keep that shit secret. I get it.
Oh, there's a eyeball. We got an eyeball.
Max,
But-
can you slide your camera over just a little bit for us?
Yeah, just
So I think I would like them to include in some way like a part of a menorah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Like it could be a weapon, it could be a broken thing in the background, but it can just be okay. For those that don't know, menorah I think is like the candle holder thing in Hanukkah.
for
Yes.
for Judaism.
Okay, I can do that.
We got it. That's your curveball. Brian has put it out early for you guys.
Hey Max,
So-
remember there's 7 candles. If you didn't know.
I thought it was 8.
Yeah, well, when I picture it's 8 Crazy Nights, right? That's the movie that Adam Sandler did.
Adam Sandler, 8 Crazy Nights.
But
So this is fantastic, Brian. You've given them. Usually we would throw this curveball in the last 20 minutes, but Brian has already given that curveball.
Well,
so you guys have an advantage.
you guys are going to get mad at me, but I, as an artist myself, I want to give these guys every advantage to make the best possible piece, because nothing would suck more than to have your shit nailed down and then 20 minutes they say, oh, well, you've got to include, a nutsack, and your artwork doesn't even have anything to do with a nutsack. Then you're like, whoa, what do I got to do?
Teabag time.
So I wanted to be generous, at least for the first episode. If I get to come on for multiple episodes, I'm gonna wait till like 5 minutes and be like, "Yo, erase it and make it a girl." Like I'll come up with some,
Well, listen, Brian, that is fantastic. Let me go over the rules, right? So we talked a little bit about how this is going. Each contestant will have 1 hour, which is obviously underway right now. There is no pre-drawn work. You're just gonna go ahead and get started and draw right off the cuff. The judges will be evaluating on the following: execution of team vision. How well did you execute the commission requests? The ability to handle the curveball, which Brian has already thrown out at you, right? So you have that up front. Then also total aesthetic and overall completionist, right? So, some people may have an opportunity to finish the whole thing. Some people may get halfway through it or have sketch and have different ideas of how to get it done. But either way, what does the overall total aesthetic look like? So each one of those criteria is out of 10. The wild card is the audience gets to vote at the end.
Yeah, audience participation.
You guys are also going to be able to rate out of 1 to 10 what it is as well. So we'll be counting the chats and see how everything goes. So Brian, myself, and Chad will rate on those 3 criteria. So will the chat will be able to give an overall rating of the artwork as well.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure, man. I mean,
all right, let me ask this question as a outsider. What happens to these wonderful covers once they're completed?
Brian, hey Chad, what are we gonna do with these covers once we're done?
what are we gonna do? Well, we have some options, but I think and I feel that we are going to auction them off.
Oh shit.
And I think we're going to feature them on Tricky Trapster's show coming up.
Monday night, ladies
Monday
and
night.
gents. Tricky has a YouTube channel, as you know. So go ahead and sub up both Max and Tricky on their social medias. They will be plugging those throughout the night. And what we want you to know is that on Monday night, we actually have a charity auction for one of the people in our community who is going through a tough time right now. So make sure you're following Tricky. I'll be a part of it. Other hosts that you know on YouTube will also be a part of it. And so we want to make sure we give back to that community because people are out here. And this is the holidays. 'Tis the season. And it's we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to have a great holiday.
All right, I'm ready. You ready for this? So that means both of these covers will be going to two separate individuals. Like it's not one person gets them both, right?
That is
That
correct.
is correct.
All right. So what I will do is I will donate goods that to whoever buys the comic A, I'll give them
What?
some shit, and whoever buys comic B, I'll give them some shit. And I will send a 10-pack of Loggerhead comic books to your online auction so that you can
Oh,
surprise people that are inside of your group. Like you can just slide it into their
that's cool.
boxes when they order stuff.
That is
Dude,
fantastic.
Brian,
Thank you so much,
Thank
Brian.
you so much.
Well, now that we have you here and you talking about some of this art, let's break it down while these artists are drawing right now. Let's talk a little bit about you, Brian.
All right.
First of all, before we jump into the history, let's talk about the Kickstarter. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
All right. So, man, I wish I had an elevator pitch for what Kara Prime is, because it would make this process easier when trying to convince people that I'm trying to build something that I think is pretty cool. But Kara Prime is the name of the world that I've created where multiple stories can be told, but it's in a connective universe. So every book that you buy that says Kara Prime on it will not feature the exact same character, nor will it feature the exact same artist or writer combo. So what we're doing is we're building like a Marvel type universe for characters, but where we can showcase independent creators and artists and give them a shot at maybe you guys don't have you don't have enough resources to put together a whole comic book yourself, or you just wanted to write one story and say that you did it. Well, you can come to Kara Prime and work with me, and then you can say, Brian, I'd like to pick character A, and I'd like to write this kind of story. Will you help me do that? And then in order to make the Kara Prime universe bigger, I'll say, yeah, let's work together. Then we'll put it, and then I'm just trying to build a bunch of independent characters. Like, I want us all to eat, man. That's all I want. And I think the more that we can showcase one another, and if we have a focal point to where people know, if we can build up Kara Prime as a brand, and then the customers know that, hey, when that Kara Prime label or whatever's in there, that shit's fire. I need to check it out. That means that when we bring in artist A, who's never done anything before, and artist A is featured inside of Kara Prime, artist A will get so many more eyeballs on their talent that may not have come if they just set up an artist alley in Podunk, Illinois, and no one ever sees their stuff. So I'm trying to create Kara Prime to where I will be the Kevin Feige of what Kara Prime is.
I love it.
And then people can come and create. So with all that said, my elevator pitch is terrible.
No, dude. Hey. What I gathered from that is that you're creating basically a virtual world, if you will, that allows artists to come in with a character idea and plan and integrate it with the already established universe, right?
Yes.
That is beautiful.
That's the idea. So if you want to flex your writing muscles, like you say, hey, Brian, I'd like to write a story. I'm like, all right, well, let me team you up with somebody that is trying to show off their artistic skill. And then I will Kevin Feige to make sure that the story stays coherent within the universe itself. And then we get shit done.
That is fantastic.
You're telling me my stick figure man has a chance in your world.
Not a strong one, but yes.
Not a strong one. Now, how do they find this?
Well, so that the Kickstarter. Well, I got to get to the Kickstarter real quick. So the Kickstarter is for the first 2 issues. The Kickstarter is for issue 1 that features Apex, which is our orca humanoid kind of looking character, and issue 2 features a character named Terry. And you're like, oh, that's kind of a boring name. Yeah, but Terry's story is a comedy that takes place in outer space. Like he's part of a space cadet crew, and him and his girlfriend get stranded on a zombie planet, and she didn't have any clothes because they were in the middle of humping when they got beamed to the planet. So, but
I love it.
But see, so what's weird is like when you get issue 1 and 2, they're completely 2 different stories, but they live in the same world. So at some point we'll see these characters tie together and stuff like that. But So the first 2 issues on Kickstarter, you can get them both shipped to your house for $20 at Cara Prime. And I put the link in the or here, I'll put it in, damn it, right now. www.caraprime.
Drop it in
Before
the
you,
chat.
we got to make sure that you are a moderator. So before you hit that enter, let me make sure.
Oh, no, I put it in the regular chat.
He's on the YouTubes.
Yep, but it won't show unless we make him a moderator. So let me.
Oh, well, then you can put it in. It's just caraprime.com, KERRA prime.com. And that takes you to the Kickstarter. Like, it's my custom thing, because when I'm not running a Kickstarter, you can go to caraprime.com and it'll take you to my website where I have all the characters and I've got theme music and all kinds of cool shit for some of these characters and t-shirts and stuff that you can browse through when
Cool.
the Kickstarter's not working.
Now I didn't get that, Brian. Could you go ahead and type it for us now? Because I just made you a moderator.
Okay. www.caraprime.com.
You know what? I've been really appreciating a lot of the comics that have playlists and songs that go with the stories. Themes,
Oh,
and
well,
characters, dude.
Let me. So if anyone knows Brian Silverbacks likes to stay creative and he likes to keep creative people around him. So each of these songs is custom. I have friends that make music. So these are thematic music that is designed for that character. So that when you read their story, so let me show you an example. A while ago, I did a Kickstarter for this, which is an anthology book that we did, right? So this is 19 stories inside of Cara Prime. But on some of these, let me pull one up real quick. So on some of these, they'll have a little QR code that you can scan with your phone so that you can listen to the theme song while you read the story that's inside of the graphic novel.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Ooh, I like it.
All that saying is I'm just trying to build something to showcase more people. That's all I want to do.
Hey, Brian, speaking of music and speaking of all that stuff, I did a little research about you. I did a little looking up. You know where I'm going at with this, right? You know
I think
where
we
I'm
do,
going.
Chad. I think we do.
Sir, I heard that you are part of a rap and hip hop group. Can you drop me some bars?
I'm not going to drop you any bars. I was not good. I was not good. But I did have a cool name that led to. So my name isn't Brian Silverbacks. My name is Brian Shepard, but I needed something more catchy, right?
Right.
So when I was rapping, when I started doing the rap thing, Jackass was very popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I liked the way that Johnny Knoxville's name just rolled out, like Johnny Knoxville, just the cadence of saying that. So I wanted something similar. So my rap name was, and I like to drink. So my rap name was Tommy 12 Packs.
That's good old Tommy 12. I heard.
And
about
it was Tommy. It was Tommy 12 PAX. Like that was my name, Tommy 12 Packs.
I like it.
And so that turned into Silverbacks. You know, I kept the AX at the end.
Hey,
All
man,
right,
we're
I like
gonna
that
have to get a
story.
freestyle session going.
They're on my YouTube channel.
Hey,
All right.
make sure you guys are following Brian. This man is more than the art. He's more than music. But Brian, you have an IMBD too.
Yeah, that's because I act.
What have you been in, Brian? What's going on? You're
Well-
a triple threat, is what they say.
So the newest thing that I've been involved with comes out on December 17th. I'm not sure if you guys know anything that's coming out on December 17th, but
That's Spider-Man, my friend. There's a
yeah.
Spider-Man dropping.
I might have gotten to hang out a little bit with Toby or with Tom Holland on set. So
Spoilers.
no, honestly, I misspoke. I didn't see Toby while I was there. So the couple of days that I was there on set, I only got to see the high school guys. So Flash, Ned, MJ, and Tom, and that's who. Because I was one of the policemen that keeps the school safe while they're going into school during that protest scene that's in the trailer.
Yes.
I'm one of the sergeants that keep the crowd back.
You're like
Now,
Sergeant
Brian,
number 4.
You've been on the Ozark as well. Is that correct?
I was in one episode of the first season of Ozark. It was during a party scene.
Man. So this is not only are we getting an artist here, we're getting a musician, we're getting an actor all around.
Well, let's not gloss over the fact that I was in the last 3 episodes last 2 episodes of season 3 of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about The Walking Dead, dude. I was gonna ask about it.
So one of the coolest things that I got to experience, I was a savior. I was one of Negan's guys.
Oh wow.
So we were getting ready to go kick Rick's ass. And there was quite a bit of us in the room, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in Negan mode and he was on a balcony speaking down to us. And I don't know how to legitimately describe the feeling of Jeffrey Dean Morgan given that speech.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was ready to go whoop somebody's ass for real.
Oh my gosh. He hit you with a Braveheart speech.
Like, and not only that, so there's a couple of takes. So we did this like 6 or 7 times. And I'm just like, God, yes, motherfucker, let's go kill him.
Oh my gosh. So let's go ahead and check the time. Let's see.
I'm loving this.
Say the same thing. Check the time.
We're at 41 minutes and 45 seconds, ladies and gents, and these artists are off and running. Brian, what are you seeing right here,
Wait,
Brian?
is it counting backwards or forwards, that clock?
It's counting down.
Counting down.
Oh, so I still have 40 minutes. Okay.
No
All right,
pressure,
so what-
Max, no
I
pressure.
had 20 and I was like, what?
Ooh,
Yeah,
easy. Pump the brakes. We're good. We got time.
Now, what I'm seeing here is a pretty standard Something's Killing the Children cover. I don't think that she's incorporated any Christmas elements or any thematic elements that she was been tasked to do. So I think her focus is on getting this right before she starts adding the extras, because she wants to make sure that the consumer and the customer here gets something that resembles the title.
Oh, that's spot on. That's what I'm seeing as well. Like, let's make sure you get the full elements of this before we go Christmas, is what you're saying.
And that's a fever pitch. Like I don't know that I have ever moved my hands that fast drawing anything. Like she is switching tools very rapidly and quick movements.
Well, Brian, wait until we do celebrity blank cover battles.
What does that mean?
Wait, I didn't even know about this one.
Guess whose hands will be moving fast then, Brian? We're putting you up against Kirkham. It's time.
What?
Holy shit.
We're not doing that now, right? I didn't come prepared for this shit.
Hey, start the timer. Start the timer.
Put it on. No.
No, but okay, so let's go into this. Like, I'm really liking the dynamic I'm about to chop your head off pose.
Yep.
Like the back arm is so far back that we don't even see the shoulder. She's about like there's a lot of power in this swing.
Yes.
I can't even reach my arm back. I can't even.
Well, you're not skinny enough.
I
So
can
Max,
do that.
That's true.
Max, have you ever drawn this fast before, Max?
I don't know.
She's
Maybe
like,
when
I
I
don't know,
need
one
assignment.
night.
No, I'm on wine, guys.
Yes.
So now I'm gonna start drawing like
She's on wine,
I'm
guys.
on wine.
Red Bull gives Max wings.
I thought that was Red Blend gives Max wings.
Now I'm curious. So she's got 40 minutes left, and I would say that she's already started working on the background. So I think she's pretty complete with the lead character here. Are we gonna get to see color? Like, are we gonna get to see some highlights?
Yeah, I'm gonna do highlights, probably red and shit for blood. And probably
Red
some
and
highlight
shit.
Red and the green.
Red and
Yeah,
shit.
there's no brown, don't worry. And the green
Dookie Brown.
For like whatever the fuck she's killing Santa. I guess.
Oh wow, we're
How many
just getting
Santas
it
is
all
there?
over.
'Cause there's multiple monsters. So if Santa's eating the children, it's a one and done, or does Santa's like demonic spirit go into another person?
Yeah,
or
see?
something?
It's you.
What's
It's
my
you and
story
Chad's
here?
vision.
Now, how nervous are you, Max?
Pretty nervous.
Yeah, I saw you fiddling with your rings. Like, this is probably not the best Max we're gonna see. Like, because when you go to convention, you're gonna get a way better. She's under a lot of pressure here.
Yes.
I mean,
This
it's
is-
tricky. Of course, I'm under a lot of fucking pressure.
This is
She's got a guy she's never met before telling her to draw stuff.
Yes, this is the boiler part. We got it in a big pot. They're all boiling right now. We're like, hey, we're throwing it all at you, and you got less than an hour now to
Now let me talk to Max real quick.
go ahead, talk.
Now, Max, you came in with this mindset of you're prepared to lose. Like, why would you say such a thing?
Because I know Tricky, he's my homie, and I never want to go head to head with him, but it's all in good fun. And also, I know he's like been doing this a lot longer, especially as of recent. Because I only just started like a month and a half ago, like getting back into art.
Oh, wow. Now, what caused the hiatus?
I was working a regular fucking job.
Yeah.
Well,
What brought you back?
Brian, she was an awesome chef, though.
I was a chef, and then I started working selling comic books part-time, and then I switched that to full-time, moved out to Cali here with my boy, and now I found myself with some free time, able to do stuff that I actually want to do instead of chopping carrots or whatever the fuck they had me doing. So
that's why she's got the fast fingers.
Hey, listen, when she was chopping those carrots, it was epic. You wanted to stay out of her kitchen because, like Bobby Flay, you did not want to take on Max in the kitchen. And this is what she's bringing tonight on Blank Cover Battles. She's bringing the heat of competition, y'all. Let's give her a round of applause. Let's go.
I want to see where this goes.
Trying to get my camera to not be a bitch.
Just
let's jump over to Tricky's piece right here.
He's doing awesome.
Brian, what are you seeing here? Brian, what are you seeing?
I see that we've already included the menorah, and I'm not quite sure if she's holding two weapons or one weapon with two. Like, I don't know what's going on right there at the bottom there. So that's a little bit like I see her holding a dagger, but then there's something coming off to the other side. Can't quite make that out.
It's double bladed. She's holding it like a lightsaber.
Oh shit!
Lightsaber.
That girl done glued a saw and duct taped a saw onto her machete.
Now, the theme of Tricky's theme was something is killing the elves, and I see elves on the shelves already. Yeah. The elves have been incorporated, Brian.
I see that. I mean, so now all from here, we're just going to be dressing this up. Like he's already knocked out your request, the menorah, and the lead character, so he can almost put it on autopilot and then just coast from here.
But shit.
Oh, dude, he's got a sketch off to the side. Like he did a preliminary sketch.
Oh yeah.
Before he even busted out like the real deal Holyfield.
Kind of figured out which way he wanted to go and then jumped right into.
That's pretty good, man. That's
so Brian, what if you were on this? What would you add, or what would you mentioned color and other stuff before? What kind of aesthetics would you add to this since he's kind of captured the theme right now?
Man, I would try to have as much fun with the background and create that 1 point perspective that draws the eye to the center of the character there. Like use the white space where it says killing the children and all that. Like it could be trees, it could be lined with presents, it could be just piles of dead bodies, it could be the silhouette of some big bad behind her. Like there's all kinds of stuff. But I would use that to also tell a secondary story to add to the composition of the piece.
That is awesome.
That's great.
That is awesome. So, Brian, going back to you, my friend, with regards to how you guys started, were you drawing all your life, and what got you into comic and awesome covers?
Well, let's see. All right. So I drew as a kid, and I'm old. I don't know if people are aware, but I'm old. So I was collecting comics when the whole 90s image thing happened. And that's when I thought I was good at drawing comics, and I was not.
So you had the Liefeld feet?
Well, yeah. Yes. I thought I drew like Todd McFarlane, but I looked like a wannabe Rob Liefeld kind of thing. But whatever, I was inspired. I had a lot of fun, but I wasn't as good as I thought. I thought I could be doing comic books right out of high school, but I couldn't. I mean, looking back at that stuff, there's no way. But there was no internet. There was no Facebook. There was none of that stuff. There was very little resources for how I could better. So I was like, well, I guess this isn't for me. Right. So I joined the Army. I did Army stuff. I was a cook in the Army for 6 years, and I jumped out of airplanes doing it. And then I did that. And then I got it. So when I was in the Army, I didn't really draw. Like I was doing Army shit.
So sort of like Max, where she took a hiatus and then got back into it.
Yeah, but mine was like a 20-year hiatus, homie. So I stopped drawing it. I stopped drawing at 18, which was like 2000, or which was like 94, and I started drawing again in 2013. While I was a police officer. So while I was on patrol, another officer showed me a T-shirt online that had something called Daredevil, but it was Daredevil, but he was naked, and so it was like a funny gag shirt. And it was like, oh, this site has all kinds of gag shirts on it. You should get into it. And I was like, wow, I'll look into it. And when I looked into it further, I was like, oh shit, I can make money. So in 2013, I reinvigorated myself with trying to learn how to draw again. And so I had to relearn how to draw, and I learned how to draw digitally. So I was combining that and then turning that into T-shirts, and I started generating money with my T-shirt designs. And then I was like, I want to do these comic book conventions I keep hearing about. So I took my T-shirt designs and made prints out of them. And then went to comic book conventions and sold them.
Wow. And
then that just turned into doing fan art, like doing Deadpools and Batmans and Harleys and all that shit. And then I was like, this isn't very satisfying because this isn't I don't have any stake. Like Marvel could come and spank me and tell me not to do it. So I need to figure something else out. So I put it out into the ether. I want to do comic book covers.
Right.
And the way to start is to do indie comic book covers.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You're not going to just jump into a Marvel cover. They're not just going to say, oh, you're good on Instagram, I'm going to give you a Batman. They're not going to do that.
Nope.
So I found a character inside the indie world, Metal Shark Bro. And I was like, oh, dude, that is fun. That looks fun. So I reached out to Metal Shark Bro online and I said, hey, man, I'll give you guys a free cover if you use it for one of your variant covers for your project. And they said, we're all full on the project. We don't have any more room for covers, so we wouldn't be able to use it. I said, well, dude, thanks anyway. I'll keep trying. So I was going through Kickstarter, trying to find indie projects that I thought my style was good for.
Right.
Turns out Metal Shark Bro was picked up by Scout Comics, right?
Yeah.
So Scout Comics reached out to me and said, hey, we really like that artwork that you did for Metal Shark Bro. We'd like to use it as our cover.
30 minutes.
We hit the 30-minute mark. So Brian, you got back out of the military, 20-year hiatus. You said Daredevil, that's my inspiration now. I want to get back into this. You started just putting your pieces together, saw an art style that you wanted to start drawing for, and you just started throwing them your interest, and eventually it paid off, right? So you knocked on the door and the door opened. Now you mentioned one thing. You said start with the indies. And you got the scouts out there. You got the
before she got signed. What was she drawing for?
Well, she was a tattoo artist to begin with, right?
And that's what I want to do is give people sort of a blueprint of what you just said, Brian, because it's not going to happen overnight, and no one should be discouraged in terms of whether you're working your day job and you're also putting your art out there. It took you some time to open that door. But now you're starting to see the fruit of those efforts paying off. And that's the beautiful thing about this. So what has been one of the most fun projects that you've had an opportunity to work on?
Oh, dude, like it's all like being able to do this is fun. You know what I mean? Like I get to sit around all day in my underwear drawing cool people's characters and getting money.
Wait, stop there. What are you wearing?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs. All right, cool.
Boxer briefs. Boxer briefs and a wireless bra. No,
well, I mean, duh.
So I get to
sipping butt ice.
so there is a I like working on my stuff, but I also really like shit, this comes off as being very douchey when I say that. I like being able to have some of what I've accumulated as far as like credibility in the world of comic books.
Right.
I like being able to put some of that back onto titles that maybe people don't see. So that when they ask me to do a cover, like a super indie title that's going to Kickstarter or Indiegogo that has never been, people haven't heard of, like I want to crush that cover and make it the hottest shit ever so that maybe that turns into something and maybe I had something to do with it. Maybe I like that aspect of what I do, but I also, it doesn't hurt when I do a Notorious Big cover and it sells out in less than a minute and 500 copies are gone.
Bam.
So here's what that is, right? I got so mad, right? Because the white cover dropped. There was Notorious Big, ready to Department of Truth number 12. And one of the sister companies, I guess
here it is. There it is.
There it is. Yep. So Ready to Kill. That's the white cover. So one of the sister companies, what is it? I can't remember the Canada company that gives out that also sells the art. So I went to them and I was like, "What is this? You guys sold out in the last 5 minutes. What's going on?" They said it was a surprise drop. We didn't know it was happening, and we only got a limited amount. But when this came out, I believe it was on Hogjaw Comics, and I got the black covers, man. I was even elated, man. This is Notorious Big. So we just had an episode of Wine and Cheese and Comics, please. Check this subscription, y'all. Go back and check it out, where we talked about hip hop and the influence on comics. And the Notorious Big was one of those big influences. And your cover, my friend, was a masterpiece.
Well, I appreciate it. So I don't know that anybody knows it. Like I said earlier, I was doing rap music, but I say that as if I actually succeeded. Like
Drop the bars. Drop the bars.
We were doing rap, and I had a great appreciation. Like the very first tape that I bought was Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, so you got some NWA going.
Oh, dude, I'm all about Eazy-E, 100 Miles and Running, all that shit. Like that's what I grew up listening to, and so that's a lot of what I appreciated as a child, as a teenager. And then when Jonathan Hedrick of The Recount, I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Recount.
Yes. What's The Recount? I've never heard of this before. I don't know what The Recount is.
Oh, I can educate you. I got shit everywhere. But
the what count?
So when I reached out to Jonathan, he was like, I want to do a series of covers that are inspired by like gangster-esque movies.
Scarface, my brother.
So we did the Scarface cover. And then we did the movie Heat.
Yes, Heat.
And then we did.
That's such a great movie, man.
Then we did Dead Presidents.
Yes.
And then we did Set It Off.
Oh.
And then just like 2 days ago, No Mas Comics and Heat Seekers dropped the Vibe magazine for Death Row Records.
That was my clap for Amber in her secret sauce.
I saw the sauce. Who's got the sauce?
Who's got the sauce?
Who's got the sauce?
Does that mean that and you just did that commercial right there? That almost sounds like it was a real song. I was like, oh, they're about to drop the beat, and then it was like, Charmin will clean this up for you. Shout out to Charmin. Plug for them if you guys want to be a sponsor. Come on in. Blank Cover Battles will welcome you.
So then, like, Jonathan is doing The Recount. He's doing something called the Preamble, which is like a one-shot that takes place before the regular series. Mm-hmm. He'll be dropping that at some point, but I can promise you that there'll also be a Silverbacks cover for that, and it may be a belly cover.
Oh, One Belly.
One of my
Dude,
favorite movies of all time.
I haven't heard
Belly.
that
We got
name
some
mentioned
DMX,
in
some
so long.
Nas. Oh my God, we
Oh,
are talking epic right here.
Hey, let me know when you drop that. I'm going to be there.
Well, I'm waiting on. Jonathan said the artwork is about halfway done through the book, so we might be a while. But he did say that when he does the preamble, that there will be another Silverbacks cover for that one. Oh wow! So we're taking artwork into the title graphic, which I don't believe. I think the other title. Oh no, they're both white covers. Okay, I thought there's a big chunk of red.
No, that's
On
that's
Sam's there
mine.
was.
Oh,
That's
Sam.
mine with the-
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, dude. So he's got the big fat Sharpie. The big fat Sharpie.
this
Well,
is-
I mean,
this
I
is
know what to
tricky.
use that for. It's not for drawing, that's for sure.
I sit on this thing.
They don't smell that good.
Oh
I,
my
I don't
gosh.
sniff it. I sit on it.
I do what I do to get it done.
Now we're gonna take we're gonna take a quick intermission to shout out our sponsor once again. Let's go ahead and highlight Stranger Comics, ladies and gents.
You know,
In the immortal words of Biggie, if you don't know, now you know, baby.
Maybe one day I'll have my own code, like Harm's Way or something like that.
What
But
the-
apparently, I'm not that cool yet.
My bad.
The
I
Harm's
hit the
Way
wrong button.
code. You're part of the cookie family, Chad, and
There we
that's all
go.
that matters. So,
Fresh
guys,
baked.
fresh baked large cookies. So, Capital Cookies will get you 10% off at Stranger Comics, the Stranger Universe. Niobe, she is life, she is death. You got the Untamed. You got
Sponsored by
Sebastian and the whole HBO backing of that universe. So make sure you guys are getting involved in that. Now, back to the battle, ladies and gents. And that's a fresh one being cracked by my man, Brian Silverback. So, Brian, what are you seeing now? Now that Max is starting to incorporate some other aspects.
Real quick, guys, I have some art stuff I need to get.
Grab that art, brother. Grab it.
What?
All right. So it looks like we've got a creepy Santa, and I can't quite make out what that green thing is down there.
Oh, an elf
Elf
is
with
taking.
a menorah thing in it.
Oh, wow.
An elf is taking a menorah to the back. Oh my gosh.
It's the front. That's in his guts.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, that's right. You did say that you wanted some visceral gut action.
Yeah,
Gotta have
so
that
staining the
Max.
snow with blood. Yeah, so she's got to take out Krampus before she can get to Santa.
There we
So,
go.
Pretend you're
Oh,
Krampus.
where are you from? You said Krampus.
Krampus.
What accent is that?
I have an accent.
That's called the wine accent.
Oh, no, I
I
just wonder where
have-
she's from in like the United States. I don't know where everybody
Oh,
lives.
I'm from Nebraska and I'm living in California now. But honestly, like my brain is a little bit broken. I'm on like different meds for ADHD and shit. But like it's like today, like I try to say, "What's up?"
20
and
minutes.
I said I was trying to say "wow" and "hi," but I couldn't decide, and I just paused the TV, looked at Remy, and said, "Why?"
Why?
Oh, wow.
It's like what?
And that's
Because he just
that's
walked
the
in the room and I
beauty
paused it
of,
and I looked at him
you
and
know,
I said,
art.
"Why?"
Just mix it up. Just mix it up, change it up, and just look. Why?
what? Slap it
Why?
up, flip it, rub it down.
Oh, I
He
guess
almost choked on his monster. 'Cause he was
I
looking at
also
Whoa.
overlooked. I also overlooked the fact that she's already going in with the color. I didn't even make mention of that.
Yes. The color is in, the hair is like. So one of the things that I am really drawn to about Max's art is actually the hair and her technique of doing hair. It's like sharp and very
Anime?
Yes,
Yeah.
anime to me, and I keep getting everything. She did a Wonder Woman, and that Wonder Woman, the hair and
It was
oh,
amazing.
Shit.
what is going on? It was so awesome. So shout
You
out
can
to
show
Max.
that Wonder
Thomas.
Woman on the screen if you want.
Hey, speaking of, that's a good idea. Are we able to
Speaking
show
of some of the art,
some of
let's
the
show
art?
let's,
Yeah.
let's show some of that art. Let
This
me
is not
What?
showcasing my best work. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, you're under pressure.
under
Yeah.
pressure.
I mean,
You're under pressure.
you basically are queen right now.
Under pressure.
Doom, 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 doom,
No, don't get demonetized, man. Show us the
There you go.
artwork.
Whoa.
Listen, we're on the path to monetization, so we don't have anything to lose right now. So we're playing all the musics and all. Like, if you come to my actual auction right now, Brian, I will be playing some Outkast on there. It starts with some 1, 2, 3, some Bombs Over Baghdad. All
No, man, you got to go older than that. You got to get that ATLian, son.
Oh yeah, you,
Oh.
yo, mom, yeah. We kill it. We kill it. But Southern Catalytic, Playalistic, Funky Mute, we got it. We
Oh, wow.
We do the players ball for them. But so going back to you, Brian, while we pull up some of the artwork.
Yes, sir.
The art may be a challenge right now to get the rest of the pieces to show. But with regards to working with Jonathan,
Mhm.
and you know, how did you get that connection? And you know, also, what has been some of the most rewarding work that you've done?
Oh, shit, rewarding? God dang, man. You didn't send me a copy of these so I can prepare some answers.
Oh, I know.
I didn't even get a copy of anything, man. We're just doing it.
So let me just say, I love your Maniac of New York cover.
Well, I've done 3.
That one where it's like he's in the front and he's just shining. That cover just speaks craziness. So this is some of Mac's art right here. This is the Venom that's being shown. And you can see kind of like the image. Look at the Mary Jane.
Look at that hair. Look at that hair. It's fire.
Yes. That's capturing. I can see the full scope of this Mary Jane.
Hey, do you see it? Do you see a little fox ear?
Yeah,
I see little fox. Little.
Oh, it was
foxy,
just a tip of
foxy.
it, but sure.
I like it.
nine tail there. That's a 9 tail. So this is Max's art right here.
That's one of my favorites right there. I adore that piece.
That's sold for like $45.
That should have been sold for $4,005. Okay?
Soon.
It should have been $450. That thing is beautiful.
We'll be talking and we'll say, remember when you could get a Max cover for $50, right? We'll soon say that.
I did 2 for $90 recently. The one of the 2 that I did. So this was $45 for this.
That's I like the grizzle on his beard.
Oh
I like that grizzle beard.
Oh, man,
I feel like I fucked that up the most. I've done a Wolverine sketch of this pose before, and it just was a lot better than this. But I was like, all right, well, at least I made up for it with X23.
I like your signature up at the top, by the way. I like that signature erased in there.
Yeah, Max. That's how I usually do it. The M and the A and the X. Some of them have MAC, but most of my work I do my initials in there somewhere.
All right, so let's let Max get back to it. We got 15 minutes.
Oh man!
Oh, it's coming up.
15 minutes. Let's check in on Tricky.
Oh,
okay.
Double down on the color on that one.
Yes, and we have the full scope of the monster now. Is it coming up behind her, Tricky, or is this what's the perspective
you
here?
Look at the judges on these things, man. I mean,
Yo, that right there is Dormammu. I've got some questions, Dormammu.
Yes, the eyes are coming out, the mouth. That's one of what is it, like a scale 9 or one of those things that they call it. It's one of those big. We're gonna go ahead and show off a big octo.
What?
Oh, we're gonna show off some Spawn.
Oh, so this is some of Tricky's work right here.
That's some sick Spawn though, right there.
That's a
zombie. Wow.
Yeah, he's like a zombie spawn.
Oh, is that a Halloween themed Spawn? I like that.
Yeah, he's badass.
Where'd my water pen go?
Oh, some Weapon X goodness.
I'm a big Wolverine fan.
That is pretty damn awesome right there.
Not that this piece isn't good, but dude, the Barry Windsor Smith run on Marvel Comics Presents was amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn right it was.
Absolutely.
Damn right it was.
That Barry Windsor Smith, and even on some of the X-Men where what is it, like Uncanny X-Men 191 around that area where Storm is kind of floating.
Mm-hmm.
The Barry Windsor Smith stuff is just so iconic. Look at that Cap Wolf, man.
Yeah.
that is
I
spot-
wonder if we're ever going to see that in the cinematic universe.
You know, I think we're getting to the horror. I think we're getting to the horror aspect, and it would behoove them to bring in a Cap Wolf.
Oh, I love this stylized Batman and Robin.
with Robin on the big
on the
wheel, dude.
tricycle.
He's on
That
that
is-
big wheel.
Hey, Tricky,
Freaking
want to just
awesome.
trade our art?
That is friggin' awesome. All right, so Brian, what are you seeing in these last 15 minutes that we have? What has Tricky done now?
I think by the time this all gets said and done, Tricky here will have this whole cover top to bottom filled in with color and ink. Like there will be very little white showing. And I'm a big proponent for lots of heavy blacks and filling up space.
That's what I prefer. So I'm probably gonna finish this after the show, but judge it based on now.
Oh,
Everybody, because I don't want to
man,
give
I kind
something
of want to
to
judge
people.
after the show now.
I don't want to sell something to people that I'm not proud of. You know.
You know what?
Like
we're very proud of you, Max.
Oh.
We're super proud of you, and we're going to be doing a giveaway in just a few minutes, ladies and gents.
What?
Yes. So since we're doing blank cover battles, one of the artists in the community has done some great work. This
I've seen that one.
is a nonstop Spider-Man. Yes, ladies and gents, this is a nonstop Spider-Man, and it is done by the one and only Soul Twice, who may be a guest on the show in the next episode, ladies and
Maybe.
gents. So right now, we're going to give away this to the chat. And Brian has also graciously said that he would also donate.
Whoa. X-Men Mike just got here. Everybody it's time to, we're done with the show. We're done with the show, guys.
So with that in mind, I got a question for the chat. Brian mentioned one of the first indie series he tried to do art for. First person to tell me what that indie series was will win this beautiful Soul Twice exclusive.
oh, well, can I give like a little hint? The sequel won a Ringo Award.
The sequel won a Ringo Award, guys. So Brian mentioned that he was trying to get on with an indie company before it got picked up.
Well, no, let's just say that this was Brian's first official published comic book cover.
There you go. What was Brian's first official published comic book cover? What was Brian's first official?
What's the title?
Oh,
Yes.
I want to play so bad right now.
But yeah, so it turns out that I did that project and it was very successful. And when those guys did a follow-up project, that follow-up project won a Ringo Award just this year.
Oh, I know what it is. I wish I could play.
Oh, dude, 10 minutes.
Tate, you have a different one, Tate. Yours is different. I got two from him.
Tate trying to come up on 2. I see what's going on here. He's like, that's mine too.
Yep.
So can we ask, maybe let's ask, I want the artist to give us some, like, tell me what's going on. Tell me where your head's at.
Is this correct, Brian?
That is correct.
My head
Lisa
is at
Noble
10 minutes.
with Metal
Yeah, 10
Shark,
minutes.
bro.
My head's at 10 minutes as well.
There we go. Metal Shark, bro, was the answer. Thank you, Lisa Noble, for picking
Lisa's
it
good.
up.
Man, I tell you what,
She
I'm-
won the one last night.
I'm losing faith. I'm losing faith in the fact that Tricky is going to be able to fill this whole thing in. I didn't realize how little time
Let's
10
go
minutes
live and
was.
Draw after this, so I can finish this, and you can tell me what a piece of shit I am.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Me and Tricky are good friends. This is our way of showing affection, is we call each other like a lot of really bad names.
I've never met
Alright.
this girl in my life,
Yeah.
actually.
Who is this lady?
Oh my
so
God.
this-
What's going on in the
Wait,
background of
yeah.
Max's piece?
What is
Oh, I'm
I
drawing
like
like murderous reindeer.
I like
Oh,
that.
I like
I
that.
see it. I see
There's
it.
the outline.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. You know what?
Oh
Even
my
here
if
are
you
the
God, this is
antlers.
coming together. Yes.
oh,
And I'm gonna have it like eating the viscera of the elf. So
Oh wow,
Can-
this
can
is
you
going to
say
be
that-
tough.
Max, can you say
it's
it
not
again?
gonna be
Can you-
finished, but I'm
Oh.
okay with that. Judge it as it is.
Max, can you say eating the viscera of the elf again?
Yeah,
Say it again.
eating the viscera of the elf.
Oh man. Oh man.
So while we have 8 minutes left, these two artists are going head to head. They had the twist, ladies and gents. If you came in a little bit later, they had to add a menorah into each of these pieces. So as you can see, Max has chosen to shove the menorah through one of the elves and make it rain blood all on the snow.
Make it
And
rain.
is double fisting, not only double fisting with a two-sided blade like in Star Wars, but has the menorah as another weapon to burn down to protect the elves
Got-
that she
got
has on her shoulders.
Got a sword and a bone saw. Bone saw's ready.
Souls read.
Ready.
Fantastic, fantastic. So Brian,
If I
who's
wasn't
your
on the show right now, I'd probably throw this out.
No.
nope,
This is
nope. You're gonna keep going, and we love it.
Go
So
back to showing the art
with-
that I have posted that I'm actually okay with. Inspired me.
So
Oh,
Brian,
man.
what is so there's a lot going on in the community right now from the artist standpoint and the writers. There's a lot
Mhm.
of Substack and Tiny
Mm.
Onion and different things that are going on.
Oh,
You see
okay.
Tenyon doing his thing, Kirkham.
Yep.
You have the Kickstarter. What are we seeing being done by artists and writers right now? And it looks like a movement is happening.
That's more. I think we're leaning more away from the big two control. Like nobody. The only incentive to working for the big two is just to get eyeballs on you as a brand
yeah.
and the money. But once you go and do something for the big two, the prime real estate is to go to indie and do what you love, because nobody is going to love being told what to do, but they know that the eyeballs will see them. Diamond and Penguin and all those people will distribute their books.
Yeah.
Their names will get everywhere. So you want to go to the big two to get your name out there, but as soon as you can, you're probably going to bail ship and go indie, because you get to do something you're passionate about. And when that shit gets optioned for a television show, you get paid, not the big two.
That's right.
That is because we're seeing some of that play out where some of these characters are losing their licenses. Marvel, Disney, and the original family members are taking Disney, Marvel to court for some of that creative licensing back. You know, it's going to be an uphill battle, but it speaks to what you're talking about, owning some of this.
Yeah, I mean, look how long it took for Bill Finger to get recognition. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's just 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minute warning. 5 minute warning. But it's even if you didn't create it, like let's just say that creator A created this character, but it was the run that Donnie Cates did with that character that put him on the map.
Yeah.
If they directly option and do a storyline or a movie that uses that story that Donnie Cates did, then Donnie Cates should be compensated some. Only, like, I understand you're doing a work for hire job. Right. Everybody, you go into it knowing it's a work for hire job. You're getting paid, and that's what you're there to do. But Marvel and Disney should be like, yo, we owe that guy just like a bonus for your shit being optioned. Exactly. And if the big companies would take, and they may be taking it, let's not forget that we don't get all the information. That guy could have got like a super duper bonus check and we don't know about it. But I do think that the right thing to do is for the big two to say, hey, thank you for making this character. Here's a bonus check, even though our contract wasn't designed for you to get this.
we're making these millions. Let us give you a couple thousand. You know, let's give you something to recognition. You know,
I just
without your art, we wouldn't have made this. So let's.
It's not cut and dry. That's all I know is it's not cut and dry.
And that's a big component of it, right? Like we want just the fairness is what I'm hearing as well. Like if you're going to have some licensing, if you're going to have some creative, it's almost like you're working for a company that says, okay, you drew this, it's mine 100%.
But see, you knew that because the reason you worked at Marvel and DC was to get eyeballs on your brand. So you're sacrificing the ability to cash that bonus check later because you know that if you go and work for Marvel or DC, that when you do go to Aftershock and do your story,
3 minutes.
So it's a trade-off. I understand that the people go to work for the big two simply to gain eyeballs and recognition in the business.
Now, are you able, if you go to work for the big two, are you able to create your own?
Unlikely. Very unlikely.
So your IP, you have to go indie to get your own IP out there.
Correct. Yes. Yep. The best you can do, like, I mean, Donny Cates created Null. Like, Null didn't exist before Donny Cates, but Marvel owns Null.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. And that is going to be such a major tie in to everything Venom, everything Symbiote. And that's Donny Cates' creation. That's a very
but I guarantee you that here we are. It was like 2019 when that started off, right? So Donny Cates' contract probably does say something to where he will get some sort of residuals if his story or his character is ever used. But that doesn't help the guys from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s that were just doing shit to get a check.
This is so true. This is so very true.
That's completely right. I mean, the work for hire back in the day. Yeah, it's not the same as it is now, for sure. I mean, there were no IP, there were no indie books back in the day. It was either you're gonna be part of the big two.
Yeah,
you're not making books.
Nobody knew that there was going to be movies and Robert Downey Jr. was going to play your character. None of that went into it, so they didn't make contingency contracts.
We are on the last minute.
1 minute. Warning.
All right.
Oh.
It looks like Tricky he's thrown in the blood action scenes and Max is just trying to get that reindeer banged out.
I love it. Those eyes on the reindeer.
The eyes on the reindeer are just killing it for me right now.
It's menacing. Yes, that is
I've given up on finishing it. I'll have to finish it later because I'm not a speedrunner like Trick. But because like I said, I don't want to give out something that I'm not happy with. But I'm 100% behind being judged on what I have so far.
And we're here to have some fun, and you've put together an amazing piece, Max. So in the last 30 seconds, you guys just do your final touches and also sign your
art. Just sip the rest of your wine.
Well, no, they can't sign it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Don't sign it.
Don't sign it because it's not complete according to them.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm okay with signing it. I'm not gonna because it's never gonna see the light of day if I don't think it's good.
We've already seen it.
2, 1. Pins down.
Oh, we need to talk to the graphics department.
There we go. Ladies and gents, can we go ahead and give Tricky and Max a round of applause?
1 hour, and we all know that they take longer to do these commissions.
Oh yeah,
1 hour.
Take weeks.
Tricky takes 1, maybe 2 hours. He's like very well versed in his own style
to get this type of. We got major artists who take weeks to get pieces done, and we've just put 2.
That's because they're lazy,
right? We just put 2 artists under the microscope, with so much pressure, with a
periscope, a microscope,
right?
A telescope.
With a heavy hitter checking in on them. So we appreciate both of you guys bringing your A game to tonight. Now let's highlight the work, and what we're gonna do is remind the chat and our judges what we're looking for here. So can we highlight? Let's start with Tricky's.
Tricky love the kids.
Trick love the kids. So
Tricky's
remember, ladies and gents, They had 1 hour. There was no pre-drawn assistance. And the criteria are out of 10, execution of team vision, which we'll reiterate, total aesthetics and overall completion, and the ability to handle the curveball. And lastly, the audience can also participate as a fourth judge. So,
all right, I have to ask that the two artists remain don't look in the private chat, because the private chat is where that we can discuss our judges. Like I can say, hey, this is what I pick. Or unless you just want to do it live, have me say it and look like an asshole, or you can just say that Brian picked so and so.
Let's do the private chat. Let's suck it out there.
We'll go with the private chat. So
blinders on.
All right, so we need all the viewers. What is it? 25, 24 people active right now to cast their vote in the regular chat, and we can see that.
Cast your vote, please, ladies and gents. Cast your vote. We want to hear on the first thing is
Do you want to drop a start line first?
Yeah, let's go ahead and drop a start line.
Oh, look at you guys doing all that internet shit.
Do you want to go ahead and say, Tricky equals X, and then Max equals X for the inline?
Yep. So
okay.
What you're gonna do? We're gonna draw a start line. We want you to rate the overall aesthetic. That's it. Overall aesthetic.
1 through 10.
1 through 10. Say Max and the number, or Tricky and the number, and we're gonna total it up.
Well, they should vote for both. They should say Max 10. Yeah. So they have to say both creators and then give them a 1 to 10 grade.
That is correct.
Yep.
Okay, I like that.
It's really complicated.
There you go. Let me drop a starting line, and we will get this going.
It's awful. Vote for Tricky.
No worries.
Oh, in the private chat, just put down the category. I forgot what they are, so I can just put my numbers in the category.
The sketch cover normally is it's 2 to 4 hours. It takes a long time.
So the reason, when I do sketch cover commissions, if I only had an hour and I was at a show and I was waiting for somebody they want to come get it, I have a set thing. You're getting a side profile headshot or go the fuck on to somebody else. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do that.
All right.
I feel like Big Comic Book Collector was totally just trying to kick me in the balls. At least give me a 2. I'd be okay.
I'll make up for it. I'll give you a 3. I'm just kidding. I'm just poking fun. I mean, I guess we could do this like they do boxing. You have to score them out of 10, but the lowest you can get is a 7 or some shit.
This is just overall aesthetic of the composition of the cover.
Yep,
right?
This is overall aesthetic of the competition. So we're looking at the chat. Thank you, chat, for voting. Brian has the information in the back. He's going to vote as well. And Chad, we need you to vote on both as well, and I will as well in the chat. Now, Tricky, while we have you here, Tricky and Max, can you tell us a little bit? Can you just tell us what you were able to accomplish here, and what was your vision? What based upon the team? And let me go back through it. So Tricky had Something is Killing the Elves, and Max had Santa is Killing the Children. And can you tell us a little bit about what's on your art? Let's highlight Tricky, and then let's highlight Max while we vote.
Well, that's not Max.
We're gonna go over to Tricky first.
So basically, I feel like what you have an hour, right? I mean, so you're gonna do kind of what's familiar. It's not like I've never done this pose before. And obviously, I think with what your challenge was Something's Killing the Elves. The shelf on the elf is obviously the funniest way to go about it.
On the elf.
The elf.
The shelf.
Yeah,
the shelf on the elf.
Yeah, so because they're docile and they're never moving, you don't know if she's actually fighting for shelved elves or if they're real people. And So it's kind of a funny,
kind of like
stab at
Octo.
it's a stab
It's
at
like
the
they're
challenge.
replacing Octo.
Yeah, you don't know if they're real or if it's just something funny that she's imagining in her head, and so that's why I went with the elves on the shelf.
I like the tits you did.
Yeah, stick of tits.
They're very good tits.
Now tell me about this weapon here that you've created.
Well, machete's obviously the go-to. I mean, that's what we're all familiar with. And then I wanted it to equal in weight on the other side of some sort of like, you know. And I originally had done what did I just originally done like a small dagger, and it just didn't really fit like the equal weight.
It didn't feel balanced.
Yeah. So I did this
I like
saw,
this one.
and and then obviously, actually this is it's actually a very fun thing to throw in. So I appreciate that. This thing, whatever you called it, I'm not
Menorah?
familiar, but yeah, menorah, and because it gives her something to hold, and it gives her light to see, which was fun. Yeah. It was a fun challenge. It was funner than I anticipated it to be, and then also some fun elements that you could play with, like the elves.
Well, can we pull it down? I want to see a little bit more of that face up top.
Okay,
No, I want. Yeah, there we go. Like to me, like that. I like what's going on at the bottom, but the shit up top is where I start to chub up.
Really, that was your suggestions, man.
Yes,
I wouldn't even have probably put anything up there. I would have probably just focused down here, but I agreed with when you said that there needs to be a secondary factor, like something to give you like a second story going on on the cover. I thought that was a great idea. So obviously, when you use the monster, that's monsters or whatever they are in the book. I'm sure they're I don't know.
They're like nightmare creatures, nightmare monsters.
Yeah. So I would have liked to have gotten more dark down here, but like you said, that really wasn't enough time. Really.
Well, I think it turned out great. Let me just add a tip. Like I'm going to piggyback on something that Tricky said. So for any artists that are watching and that may want to do this, to generate money and go to shows and stuff, I highly suggest that you work on like 6 poses are your go-to poses so that you can always draw them no matter what character you're being commissioned for at a show. So come up with 6 things that you're really good, 6 positions or 6 like looks that you're good at that you can just say, oh, I want Hawkeye. Boom, I can do that pose as Hawkeye. Boom, I want Spider-Man. Like that way that you're not sitting there beating yourself up the entire time while you're trying to think of a commission, So I say bang out 6 go-to poses at least.
Fantastic work, Tricky. Thank you so much. And now let's go over to Max's work.
Max is trying to taint the judges pool by showing off some of the stuff.
Awesome, man.
Oh my God,
that's not my art. I was just trying to cover up this shit.
We love it. So Max, talk to us. What are we seeing here?
Garbage.
Also,
Max, oh God, dang.
Max, can you talk about the mediums you're using as well?
So I start out with pencil, then I used ink, and then
What pens are you using? What pens do we want to know? Are you using microns?
Often, yeah. I mean, that's what my box looks like. But oftentimes, Max is using charcoal. He's using all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I didn't have any charcoal in the room, which really sucked. I almost thought about darting out for it. The one time I did dart out was for my water pen, which is pretty cool. I found this at Daiso, which is basically like the Asian equivalent of a Dollar Tree.
I've been in one of those.
And what's cool about it, if I could show you guys, just because I love this pen so much, is here's a color I have on hand. So like I could draw something like this, just scribble, and then I can paint it how I want it. So I could be like,
oh wow.
Now, is that just a standard colored pencil or is that a special colored pencil?
That's just a watercolor pencil, but the point is
so
that I can squeeze this and water will come out. Like, watch.
Gotcha.
So it's great for painting, and I don't have to have a bajillion like little cups of water around. you can
That's cool.
press on it and shit. So I did that a lot with like blood work and stuff, like not like a doctor's blood work, but like like when I'm like working with the blood colors. So like if I did pretend this is blood or whatever, and you do.
Oh well, let me show you something that I have found to be oh shit, it's not even here. Never mind. I have something, maybe. All right, yeah, here we go. All right, so I have this pen, this brush pen, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That it's all red ink, and so what I do. You see how it's red? So it's just red watercolor. But what I do is I saturate the tip a little bit when I'm doing blood, and then I'll just flick it on my finger like this.
Oh no, I've been doing that for ages. Usually with dark red or black
That
ink,
shit.
because black is the color of dried blood and shit.
Yep.
But like dark. Like I would put it on. I would have a paintbrush of some sort, which I don't have on hand. Like pretend this is a paintbrush. I would dip it into that, and then I just go.
Oh,
And it looks fucking boss.
Tricks of the trade.
Max, go back. Max, go back to your cover for us really quickly.
I'm busy now. You got me distracted.
So, with regards to this, you were Santa's killing the children. You have nightmare. Reindeer. Who took out the elf?
She killed the elf because it was like a minion of Santa.
Ah,
and reindeer is just
that's
like, hey, I'm
telling
here
me-
for the
That's
buffet.
telling me a great
And
story.
once I'm done, I'll kill Erica. And Erica's gonna be like, nah, fam. I don't know. Maybe they become friends.
Listen, you guys, this really reminds me of like Adventure Time cartoony. Like the Santa's just creepy out the corner.
He
Like
looks
it's
like
like-
the
Oh,
Magic
yeah.
Man.
I can
The
see that.
Magic Man.
this
like
thing is
like
fun as
Santa
fuck.
doesn't have pants on.
Santa's just creeping over there.
I will say,
he's
I
straight up
mean,
creeping.
are you gonna be
Creeping.
more scared of a monster
No.
or a monster with genitalia and no underwear?
I'm
Oh
scared
my
of the. I'm
What's
scared of the
more
guy behind
terrifying?
her.
I would
A
say
serial
like,
killer or a naked serial killer? Which one's
It-
scarier?
in
Come
my
on, be
opinion,
honest.
Go.
Hey,
Whether
that-
you're a
that-
male, female, non-binary,
That guy's-
non-binary, or whatever.
That Santa is gonna haunt my dreams tonight.
Max.
So-
listen,
You're welcome.
can I just right quick?
Yes.
It's almost like very jam piece. This cover, but it's very fun. There's a lot of great elements going on. I mean, obviously the pose where she's like she's about to chop some shit up, like she's swinging it like in a few seconds, like is very fun. The Santa is like ghosty. He's like real creepy. I think there's a lot of great elements to this piece, even though it is kind of jammy, like meaning there's just different things going on, and
Yeah.
they may not directly intertwine, but it is very fun and cartoony.
We
The elf-
appreciate that.
The only reason there's a
feedback.
fucking elf there is because of that menorah curveball shit.
There you go.
What the
We
fuck
love
am
the
I doing?
curveball, Brian. Let's
So-
go ahead and announce the winner. Oh,
So this is a resource that I found on Kickstarter called Masters of Anatomy. And they have like 12 or not 12. They have like 7 books out that you can go purchase. But check this out. Like it is all just generic poses that can I use this a lot.
So you're gonna
That looks like a
A-OK
great
that to us, is
resource.
what you're saying?
I don't know what that means.
Act of kindness, you're gonna gift it to us. Merry Christmas.
Oh, I wish I could. I only have one. I think
Scan
the,
it. Just
the
scan all
gift
the
is for
pages
you.
individually.
Scan it, and
Oh,
send.
the reference
I'm
that
gonna
I
hit you
used
up
for
on
this,
Instagram
actually, if I can
and
share
find
my
out what that book's
screen.
called, because
Yeah, go ahead, Max. Can we share Max's screen? She wants to see
Yeah, I
the. We want
will.
to see the
Just give me
inspiration.
a second to set it up. I'll do the share.
It feels like a Resident Evil Mila Jovovich pose.
So it was actually a Red Sonja
Oh,
picture. If you can add that to the stream,
Oh,
my
yes.
friend Matt. There you go. So
Oh,
Red
wowee.
oh,
Sonja
okay.
is what I did.
Yeah, we talked
That
about
is-
references last
yes.
night on Max's channel.
So that
and
was my reference.
it's
It
great.
came
the
out damn
pose.
It's
good.
definitely good to use references, especially if you don't feel super confident and like.
I totally
as far
fucked
as
up the
pose.
hands a bit, but like I was under a time limit. If I would have
Hey,
been given
you guys-
like 24
listen,
hours to do
there's
this,
so much crazy art out there. Like
yeah.
art is so
This is
weird
by Tristan
now.
Thompson,
Like,
by the way.
So
at one
listen,
point, you had to be like on a certain point to do covers, to do art. Now it's like so open and everyone is so diverse as far as comic book artists. Like there's no real true style like that's the one thing that needs to happen. Like it's all open now. It's crazy.
And with that in mind, there has to be a winner. So the results are in, ladies and gents, and we are going to announce the winner.
We now go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals.
Tricky Trapster wins Blank Cover Battles, episode 1, ladies and gents. It
I knew
was
it from the start. I called it. Y'all owe me money.
a beautiful battle.
It's in the
Beautiful
mail.
battle.
It's in the mail.
Tricky wins $100, ladies and gents.
What?
Hey, my
What?
rich bitch.
And his art and Max's art will have a chance to get auctioned off as long as they both are happy with the product, and we will have them.
I didn't know money was involved.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
money
We didn't
involved.
know?
There's
Sorry.
money involved.
No.
We said it's $100.
I don't remember that at all.
No, I never remember. I never
Yes,
heard that.
100.
I would have been like, I would have got a piece of paper out.
Right? Jesus
I would have
Christ.
got a piece of paper out. I would have
This is some bullshit. I agree with Steven Spock. Rigged.
Guys,
rigged.
we
Hashtag.
are sponsored. We are sponsored by one and only.
Is Stranger Comics, is that a retailer? Stranger Comics?
They're a retailer, a universe of comics, and they have sponsored us, and they are given away to the winner.
All right. Well, just if they want to do any variant exclusive covers, I know a guy.
Hey, Brian, say no more. We will
Well,
have
as
you
long
in
as you don't make
contact
me
with
do it in under an
Sebastian
hour.
Jones.
Oh.
No, I will be. It'll take me longer than an hour. I can assure you.
Hey,
It will take me longer than an hour.
hey, Max, I just saw that somebody owes you $1,000 in the chat, so
Yeah,
you
bitch,
came
pay
up. Way to
Oh
There
wow,
you
we're on
go.
bottle number
He
2.
doesn't owe me.
Well, listen, ladies and gents, I want to go ahead and say
He owes me
thank
a
you
kidney.
to our special guest, Mr. Brian Silverback.
Thank you
so
thank
much.
you for having me, man.
Thank you so
I-
much.
I had no idea what to expect coming in, and I enjoy watching people pursue creativity, and on that I also appreciate people that showcase people chasing creativity. If we can create creativity, if we can chase creativity and not disparage anybody else while we're doing it, then let's go get that shit. So I enjoyed watching both of these two excellent artists do their thing, man. Shit, go get it.
This was
Game
so much
tricky.
fun. Like,
She's shaking hands.
Like, put your hands
Put your
down. Put
hand-
your hand down.
Wrong way.
There you go.
You guys. I also
Uh-oh.
want to thank both of these artists, Max, Tricky. You guys were amazing. This was a last minute battle for you guys, and also under such extreme pressure. We know how much you care about your art, and we thank you guys for coming on and blessing us with your talent. Thank you so much. So, round of applause to you guys.
Thank you both so much.
Let's hit the private chat and judge these motherfuckers.
Oh, erase the private chat.
I was
Erase the
honestly
private chat.
shocked. I was really shocked when I was one of the first people first choice on your first episode. I was like,
That's right, Max.
You have the
That's
right, Max.
'cause we
It's only a
highlight the
suggestion.
talent.
It doesn't have to be a
Okay, hey, on Max's point, can I speak real quick?
Yes.
yeah.
Part of the reason that some of these people are being successful inside the world of comics is their personality, not 100% based on talent. So if you are a good person and you're fun to be around and you're doing things, you may not have as much skill as the next person, but I like working with you more. I'm going to work with you. Like, that's character is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind.
It works in every industry, right? You want to
Don't
work
be a
with the
dick.
people. Yes, you want to work with the
TLDR,
people
don't
who
be a
you
dick.
can be in the office with or who you can vibe with. And that's what it's about.
Right.
For Brian, for Max, for Tricky, my man Harm's Way over
What up?
here. We want to say good night. God bless. We love you. But big shout out to Last Level Comics. If you don't know, Matt has put together all
Bring
these
him in.
graphics.
Bring him in. He's
Made
backstage.
this
isn't he?
amazing.
Matt, bring him in. Bring this
Bring
dude
him
in.
What's
in.
up, Matt?
Oh,
Thanks so
That's
much,
like,
Matt,
oh,
for running the show back
Get out of
here.
here.
there he
There he
is.
is.
Oh,
This is
look,
our man behind the stage, our
Couple
sound
bald
boy, our
guys, couple bald
technician, the
guys.
man who's done everything tonight. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna wrap the show with that.
Wow, there's a
And-
hair deficit tonight. There's a definite
Oh,
hair
man.
I
deficit
got plenty to
tonight.
go around. Let me know if anybody
Max
needs
has
it.
enough
Hey,
for us
oh,
all, ladies and gents.
I'm sick of it.
Farewell.
She's wearing a
It gets
wig.
in the
She's
way.
wearing a-
The